So, as Joel gave a very nice presentation on Prisma SASE, or Prisma Access, our SASE solution, and I will continue with our Prisma Access Browser, a secure browser that is integrated into our SASE solution. I'm always a little nervous in the beginning, so bear with me as I get into the flow, and my voice will not be trembling so much. So, before we start, we have to talk a bit about the workforce that we are dealing with today. I don't know about you, but for example, my workday is from 90% from the browser. I access all the applications from the browser, unless, I'm scrolling on my phone, but only during the coffee breaks, because my manager is here, so it's only Instagram coffee break. However, these browsers, the usual browsers that you have, Google Chrome, Safari, Edge, they are vulnerable. And you can see that over 95% security incidents originate from these browsers. Then we have the widespread usage of SaaS application and Gen AI applications. And these applications are often encrypted, and up to 60% of the traffic remains encrypted, so you don't have the visibility needed to give it the proper security. And then, last but not least, lots of employees leverage their own devices for work. Your company gives you Windows laptop, you don't like it, you prefer Mac OS, so you use your own MacBook, or you prefer the iPad, you have your phone, so you can just work on the go. However, these devices are often unsecured, unmanaged, and 90% of a successful ransomware originates from these unmanaged devices. So, all of these security issues created a demand that, we try to address with Prisma Access Browser. So, meet Prisma Access Browser. What it is? It's a secure browser that that secures any user, whether it's your employee, a contractor, or someone from third party just connecting for a little bit of time into your organization. It secures any device. As I said, managed, unmanaged, your phone, tablet, whatever. And secures from any location. So whether you are connecting from your home, from the office, or you're sipping some margaritas on the beach in Bali, it secures any location and any application, SaaS application, private applications, whatever you are connecting into. Now, let's talk a bit about why Prisma Access Browser is so unique. As Jolt mentioned, it integrates completely into our SASE solution, and it's the only browser that does that in the market. There's no other secure enterprise browser that can leverage we like to say best-in-class security solution. I'll leave that up to you whether it's best. It's based on Chromium, so if you are used to Google Chrome, so the transition into Prisma Access Browser is just seamless. I can tell you from my own experience, it was just like this. I cannot even do it. I'm sure you hear it. It was basically, there was no transition learning curve. All the password, all the history could be transitioned from Google Chrome just with one click, basically. It doesn't require admin privileges to be downloaded and installed. It's installed just like any other browser, just like you would install Chrome or Safari. You either go to App Store, Google Store, or to our website, get.pabbrowser.com, and you just install it. As we said, it's integrated into the Prisma Access solution. And with that, it's also managed from the same console as the Prisma Access. So if you already have our SASE solution, you can just leverage all the policies you already have there and adapt them to a Prisma Access Browser. It's available on all the main operational systems, Windows, Apple, iOS, Android, and I'm sure others are coming. And let's talk a bit about the use cases that a Prisma Access Browser addresses. Main use cases are independent workers, for example, contractors. Before, when you wanted to give the contractors access into your private applications or into your network, you had to leverage some managed laptops, so you had to ship him a laptop. Now you can just tell him, hey, go to this website and download this browser, enjoy. Then we have bring your own devices. So as I said, whether it's a tablet, your own device, it's one of the use cases you can use for this browser. And then we have some previously unimagined use cases, some special use cases such as such as the usage of Gen AI applications like ChatGPT or DeepSeek. You can secure the access, or you can set the policies for using of that application. Now, let's talk a bit about the unique capabilities of a Prisma Access Browser. It's a secure environment. It works in an isolated workspace from your endpoint device or from any device. So even if the endpoint is, let's say, infected with malware, the browser runs in an isolated space. So your workspace remains secure. Then we have data and identity controls. The policies you set in Prisma Access Browser are based on the zero trust concept. I think Zsolt talked about the zero trust. Again, I didn't understand the word, but he talked about it beautifully. So you can leverage really granular control over the policies. You set the policies for a specific user group like HR, financials, for specific applications, or one policy for all the applications, for sanctioned, tolerated, unsanctioned. Again, beautiful work, Zsolt. And then third unique capability is user-first workspace. Well, I'm not sure if that's a completely unique capability because, of course, all the applications have to be user-first workspace. Anyway, what that means is that it's easily managed from one console, such as our one native console for Prisma Access and for firewalls and for Prisma Access Browser. And it's easy to install and implement. Usually our users don't hate it because it's already something they know. It's based on Chromium, so it's very similar to Google Chrome, so you cannot completely hate it because you already know it. Anyway, let's move on. The other unique capabilities is that it leverages Palo Alto's precision AI. Petra talked about it. This time I understood it because it was in English. He described it pretty nicely. I'm sorry. My voice is changing a bit because of the microphone, how I hold it. Well, anyway, precision AI is basically robust machine learning models in the cloud that that classify malware or detect any anomalies with our cloud-delivered security subscriptions. Again, we don't try to reinvent the wheel. The Prisma Access Browser leverages the security engines that already exist, have been functioning for many years, perhaps are best in class, but they deliver really good security. For example, we've got advanced wildfire, URL filtering, and threat protection. I think they were already mentioned today. I will not go into detail. It's our sandboxing, URL filtering, and our IPS solution, all applied from the browser. Just to give you some overview over how many events we analyze per day. This is the daily average of from about 70,000 of our customers. Every day there's 5 billion of new events that are analyzed, and up to 450,000 malicious files are prevented, either from opening, from running their malicious code, and so on. And up to 347,000 malicious URL are prevented. So the users were prevented from accessing some phishing sites or from giving their credentials into the phishing site. So it's a very robust engine. Now, let's talk a bit about the data and identity control. It gives you very granular control over what you can set as policies for your applications. For some sensitive data, you can prevent the users from putting their private credentials into your company applications, for example, or you can control what and where the users upload or download some files with sensitive data. You can even control the clipboard. You can prevent the users from copying sensitive data and pasting it somewhere outside of the browser or into some unsanctioned applications. You can prevent a screen sharing of some sensitive information. You can put watermarks over the web pages so that the user cannot just take a photo camera and take a picture of it, if it's some sensitive data, of course. So these are all the tools that you can leverage to prevent data that you don't want to leave your organization from leaving. Now, how we detect these sensitive data? We use what we call data loss prevention security engine. It's one of our cloud-delivered security subscriptions. It uses machine learning to detect that it's a sensitive data, such as your personal identification number or a credit card number or something to do with GDPR, for example, or some other regulations. There's 22 predefined regulations for compliance profiles, starting with GDPR, going into HIPAA, and so on, some American data regulations. You can also set up multi-factor authentication as an extra layer of security into when you want to access your application or when the user wants to access the application. Now, let's talk a bit about file control. Now, we have an example. There's a file with sensitive data in Salesforce. The user downloads it. It's automatically encrypted, so you cannot open it anywhere else outside of Prisma Access Browser. And then you can have control over where the file is uploaded. You can allow the user to upload it just to some sanctioned corporate applications, such as Gmail. We use Gmail, for example, or Office 365. You can prevent the user from uploading it to unsanctioned applications, such as Facebook. And if user tries to put that file into the flash disk, it's still encrypted and can only be opened in Prisma Access Browser in some other computer. This is to give you an overview of all the abilities of the Prisma Access Browser. I will show you a few of them during the demo today, but just to mention some, you can have a data masking, printing protocol, there's SSO integration, and so on. Perhaps you can go through the slide in your own time. How it works. So Prisma Access Browser either connects directly into the SaaS applications or the web, and the traffic is secured from the browser with our cloud-delivered security services. Or if the Prisma Access Browser is accessing some private application, it leverages the Prisma Access. So it connects into Prisma Access and from there connects into the private applications. Since the traffic is secure from the browser, there's no need to decrypt the traffic anymore as it comes into your organization. So that's a great advantage of this browser. Again, Zsolt already talked about the scalability of the dedicated network that we use. We leverage the biggest cloud providers, Google Cloud and AWS, so it gives you the highest availability, lowest latency. I'm sure he mentioned it all, so let's move on into the demo. If you don't have any questions, I will show you a bit of the capabilities that there are. Okay, so as you can see, this is the home screen of the Prisma Access browser. You can see it here. This page is completely customizable. You can put your company logo here. You can choose which applications you want as shortcuts for your users. If you go here to the profile and posture status, you can check the posture status of your device. You can see that my device does not meet the requirement for the operation system version because it's a demo, so it's a bit older. I think Zsolt mentioned the difference between tolerated, sanctioned, and unsanctioned applications. Here you can see Salesforce. It's a sanctioned business application. If you click on here on business, you can see all the policies that are applied for this particular application. You can see that data masking is applied here for credit card numbers, so you can just mask the sensitive data right here, so anybody accessing this page cannot see it. If you click for the session has ended. Okay, you log in again because the session is ended, but if you click on some user, for example, John here, you can see the data is still encrypted. You can, of course, click on data masking and unmask the data if you need it, if your admin allows you to do so, and the credit card number will be decrypted or shown for you. Let's see if we try to copy it, as it's a sensitive information, and try to paste it into the notepad, for example. You can see that the Prisma Access Browser does not let you copy from the clipboard some sensitive information with the policies set in place. Then we have other applications that are sanctioned. Here we have Office 365, that's also a business application. Then we have Confluence, which is a secret application, so there's even stricter policies applied here in place. You can see here there's a screen sharing prevention, so if you try to go to Zoom, for example, I'm gonna start a meeting by myself just to show you, and you try to share the screen. Okay, it's this one. I'm also always a bit confused. And you try to go to the Confluence application, you can see that the data is masked here with the gray window. If you go back to Salesforce, you can see that's allowed, but the Confluence application is not. Let me stop this and go back. Then you can have applications such as ChatGPT classified as risky applications, so extra strict policies will be set in place. If you try to, for example, paste the sensitive data, I had the credit card information in my clipboard, you can see that that is not allowed. And even if you memorize the number and you try to type it in, such as like this, I hope it's gonna work. Wait. This is the correct format. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can see that it's the Prisma Access Browser is going to detect that it's a sensitive data and prevent you from even typing it into some risky applications such as here ChatGPT. You can send permission requests to your admin if you definitely need to pass in to ChatGPT, and the admin can give you can allow it for you. And you can see that the sensitive information is masked so that it doesn't leave your organization. Then, for example, here we have Box, which is another sanctioned application. If you, for example, try to type in your personal account, for example, so it will not allow you. You can set a policy in place where only your corporate credentials can be typed into your sanctioned corporate applications like this. If I try to enter my corporate
No, I was just joking.
Okay. Nice joke, I'm sure. Bear with me, it's just a few last minutes. You see, as I try to type in my corporate credentials, it allowed it. I have to think and talk at the same time, and that's so hard, man. And then, yeah, my voice is not so strong, so I have to have the mic. And then, as we mentioned, the sensitive data before, sensitive data in the files before. For example, if you try to download some file from Box, let's say, you can put in an extra layer of security in the form of multi-factor authentication. Here it just wants a PIN code, but if you have some multi-factor authentication such as Okta or Ping, you can integrate it with the browser. Yeah. And for example, if you try, well, I didn't download it, but if you download it, the file will be automatically encrypted. Just give it a minute. Well, anyway, I already downloaded it before, as here. You can see here that there's like this lock next to the file, and that means that it's encrypted. And if you try to open it in some other application, such as Adobe Acrobat, for example, it prevents you from opening it because it's encrypted. Now, another thing you can do with the browser is enforce your corporate applications to be accessed only from the Prisma Access Browser. For example, let's say I want to, let's go to Chrome, and I want to access my corporate account through Google Chrome. As I put in my login, as I put it in again, you can see that you can enforce your employees to use Prisma Access Browser this way. And this page can even display sorry, once again, and even display for your users where to download Prisma Access Browser. And anything else you want to see? There's a chance for you to ask, to make some suggestions. No? Okay, so if not, then that was all from me. Sorry for thinking and speaking at the same time. It's very hard. I don't recommend, but that was it for Prisma Access Browser, and thank you very much for listening.